Hello, and welcome to another Percentage Chance Reacts to the Assassin's Creed 4, not 4. They've taken the 4 off. Black Flag Resynced trailer and reveal. We haven't done any Assassin's Creed on the channel before because that's a series that's had some highs and some lows. Some would argue that this was the last high. Um, but I mean, they might be right. This game is 20 this game is from 2013, and they're finally remaking the first of the well, no, not the first game, but they're remaking they're choosing to remake 4 because it's the most beloved. So that's cool. They're doing the Metal Gear thing, I guess. Can't really blame them on that. That being said, they should really go do 1 now because like that game you could use a very obvious uplift. I love Asterisk this series a lot, as you might be able to tell by my collectible figurines from my original collector's editions. Get his ass fully in frame. There we go. There we go. So, one could say that perhaps there was a time where this thing meant a lot to me. Of course, the relevant one, the biggest one. Oh, he's way out of frame. Oh, wait. Oh, he's way out of frame. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. The man of the hour. The man of the hour himself. Back. Back from the Caribbean. I also have the flag. I had the AC3 American flag, and I had the Black Flag on my wall for a long time as well. That game, AC4 kicks ass. Trying not to bump this little series of landmines I've now put on my desk for the sake of showcasing that. Come on, guys. There we go. All right. Everybody's moderately in a good place now. Please tell me it's actually still recording. Okay, guys. Jeez. It's all for the bit. Let me fucking put that shit away. Hold on. Okay. Now, here we have a 8 or so-ish minute reaction thing to do. So, the kids like doing those these days, I guess. So, fuck it. As a game that listen, I didn't play Shadows. I'm the weirdo that I we don't need to know my entire chronology with the series. I love them. I disliked Unity because it was a mess, and then Unity, funny enough, is now like one of my favorites because it has a refined gameplay that's they kind of dialed back on. Syndicate is also, I'm gonna vouch for Syndicate though. Syndicate's fantastic, but I do not understand why they gimped the incredible free running system that they had in Unity right after that. And then they completely shifted genres after that, which sucks because Unity is fantastic. Origins is good. I like what they're going for. I hate the mechanical shift. I don't despise Odyssey, but I really just strongly dislike that game overall. It's just so far away from what I like about those games, even though I think Cassandra is pretty great. And then I was burnt out after that, and then I went to play Valhalla many years later after its release, after all the stuff was out, and in much to my surprise, as that game was often seen as the one that was too big and wasn't hitting the right notes. I loved Valhalla, actually. I actually really adored Valhalla. It felt like the best the series had been in a long time. The writing was really great. I as someone that really did not like Odysseys at all, I thought the writing was fantastic, and I looked to check why is that. Because Darby McDevitt, the guy that wrote Black Flag, he wrote Valhalla. And suddenly it all made sense why Valhalla was as good as it was to me. I really loved the modern day stuff there. They pull a twists card at the end of that game that I thought was like the most exciting stuff they'd done in the series in a long time. Was really excited to see where it went next. Assassin's Creed Shadows I didn't play yet. maybe this is what will be the push that gets me to actually do that. Because that game is like, it wasn't on the disc, and you guys know how I feel about that. But also, I'm playing Starfield right now, which is not also not on the disc. And now that this is my job, it's kind of a different ball game. I don't really get to play the moral card as much if it's a thing that I can make commentary and content out of. So it is what it is. Anyway, we've been talking way too long. This is an 8 or so minute thing. Let's just get in, because I saw little snippets of it, and it looks really, really good. We are getting back to the pirate era.
Here, the voice of Edward Kenway.
God, I love Matt Ryan.
And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. 13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic game back to life. Rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate adventure.
I'm glad this guy got so much work after this, but I'm glad to see him come back here. This is the first thing I ever saw him in.
Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure.
Is it the same actors doing the same lines, or is it
a rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the pursuit of glory, freedom?
It's kind of funny how it just looks like the game's original CG trailer now.
You's mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob, or I'll fill it with shot. You hear me?
Edward, is it?
It looks like a lot of the same motion capture data, but I need to look again.
After crossing paths with the Assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures.
And I read that they're not keeping the same modern day stuff for this one, which, to be fair, would be weird if they did, because it was all like in 2013. So remaking that stuff, like even as someone that is one of the rare people that does like the modern day stuff, it doesn't actually make sense to just use that again, because that plot is well told. Also, it would just be reminding people of all the modern day plot threads that they completely dropped for no payoff later on. That was great. So yeah, reminding people of that would not be good, even though it does thread through this game's narrative in a nice way. But yeah, apparently there's new modern day stuff. I didn't play Shadows yet, so I don't know actually what they did with the modern day stuff there at all. I haven't even seen a frame of it, so I have no idea. I've never seen anybody talk about it, so I don't know what's going on there. So maybe it'll be pinging off of that. I hope this game's modern day stuff doesn't spoil anything that's going on in Shadows, but it probably would. So yeah. I'll probably play this more than once. So
joins forces with infamous pirates such as
it was nice when
Charles Vane.
I shouldn't say when these games are good, because I liked the last one I played. But like,
he helps establish a short-lived,
you can tell I have complicated emotions, but not for this era.
And defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise, from dangerous waters to dense
this game with like updated,
untamed lands and bustling
like pirate sailing seas nonsense does sound pretty excellent. Also, just like the old systems are nice, and I miss the way that these games used to function.
To Kingston's bustling trade hub and Nassau.
Valhalla does do a lot to bring a lot of those mechanics back, though, and I appreciated a lot of that. It wasn't perfect, but I appreciated that they were trying.
Conflicts.
It looks like the world's a lot more dynamic.
New level of immersion and realism, powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting, strikingly detailed environments, and a new dynamic weather system.
Oh, that's actually a really big one to put into a game like this.
Even underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Really? It's funny how my memories of Black Flag remember those existed, but don't remember any of them at all.
Truly alive.
And I played this game like 5 times.
Creating the perfect backdrop for a life on the edge, where freedom is earned and danger is never far away.
Man.
Time to draw swords, lads. The combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience.
Yeah, they should do that, because Black Flag's combat's not good.
Pistols,
as much as I like it.
Hidden blades.
It's the biggest problem with it.
Every move now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos.
Oh.
Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill.
Yeah, the old
Then follow with
combat
up to
systems were
4
very
chained takedowns.
they were very
Use walls,
simple,
ledges,
and
and
it was
breakables to your
counter slop. Let's be honest.
Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field.
Okay, this looks gameplay wise, it looks like they've taken the combat and made it like dramatically
Fight
more
recklessly.
interesting.
And
But
you will
well,
be
it still looks like it's keeping a lot of the old animations though.
Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate through cities and
Good old bag of
jungles,
jacks.
you'll experience
I don't know why they
smooth
got
and
rid of so many of these
improved iconic
mechanics over the
parkour.
years.
From free jumps to back ejects.
The
and
fact that
side
they're calling out
ejects.
the back of Jeb says a lot.
These options
Like they knew people would be
offer a range
afraid
of
if they didn't
reactive
mention it.
movements, giving you tighter control, resulting in greater speed and deadlier assassinations. Being a pirate assassin often calls for a subtle approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system, you can now crouch
Resynced is also a
freely as
really
part of
good
your
button.
toolkit to approach targets.
It's like synced like pirate ship, but also synced like the Animus. It's actually solid. Yes, that's how it's supposed to work. I'm supposed to
Tailing
press the
and
button and they're
eavesdropping
supposed to be
missions have
done.
also been revamped.
Oh yeah?
In the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember.
Oh man. It's
Now-
funny, like this. When they were announcing this morning, the first thing I saw was because this game has been hyper leaked for the last 3 years, like nothing else. It's so funny how they couldn't keep the lid on this at all. I think the opening video has Matt Ryan saying something like the leakiest ship you've seen in years, something stupid like that, which is funny because he contributed to those leaks a while back. He got in trouble for that, which is funny because whenever that happens, I'm always just like, yeah, I bet he got in trouble, but like, what are they gonna do? Fire him? No, you literally can't. You literally can't fire him. He actually has a lot of leverage over them, but hey, you know,
The action continues.
doesn't mean they can't be very mad
Your
though.
objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must
Sorry, wait. That's actually
revamped.
okay. The eavesdropping missions were just there was too many of them. That was a big one. But I think Black Flag was the one where the tailing missions became way too much, right? Like it was the one where the tailing. There were too many tailing missions, and it was just like an obnoxious amount of them. And I think that's been the most common complaint about the game over the years. If they're retooling those, yeah, that's
In the
pretty
original
fucking
game,
good.
Getting discovered meant instant desynchronization.
Yeah.
Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember.
That's funny.
Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly.
In what way? You just killed him. Now how are you gonna find out what you need to know?
All these new interactions offer multiple ways to succeed and progress in your missions.
Some people get very weird about that though, because like the whole thing with the Animus is like you're reliving your ancestors' memories. Although in this case, that I'm going to assume that in universe they're repackaging this story as like an edited version, right? So that might actually give them justification for how they can have some events not play out exactly the same as the original. Like they might actively be editing certain events in universe. That's actually, it provides them a good excuse to like tweak some things. I know they said there's new story stuff happening too, although they're not doing Freedom Cry, and that's unfortunate because that DLC has a lot of cool stuff in it. And Adewale is a great protagonist, but I'm a little,
Of course.
maybe they'll do it
This
as
wouldn't be
DLC.
a
I don't
real
know.
Pirate
That'd be
adventure
nice.
without
That'd be
a
nice
ship.
because there's a lot of great stuff in there. Also, there's some topics that like it's good that they capture. Hey, Blackbeard. Hey there.
You
There he
named
is.
your brig after a poxy bird.
The Jackdaw. What a beauty. Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean.
Upgrading this
Now
ship was one of the
equipped with
greatest joys in the
even
whole
more
series.
firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high seas.
How did Ubisoft spend 8 years trying to make Skull and Bones, which was just like, hey, everybody loved Black Flag. Let's just make that into its own game separate from Assassin's Creed. And then they spent like, what, fucking 12 years swindling the Singapore government into grants and then it came out, and then just no one cared, and I don't. Is it even still going? Like I don't even know. That was the easiest slam dunk ever, and how did they box that?
Before.
Oh, look at that.
With new alternate fire upgrades for every
It's
round,
really funny
you now
looking
have
at
more
this
power.
now and being like, I can't believe Kingdom Hearts 3 did this better. But also, I see you. What was the recent game I played? There was a recent piratey game I played. Oh, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Right. Yeah, no, that game also, that game had more arcadey piratey stuff, but like it was still great. It was basically just this though.
You will engage in epic battles, boarding parties, and fort raids. All of these are back.
Yeah, it's just
and
as fluid as ever.
challenging,
This was
dangerous,
always one of the best
and
parts, just
exciting
like
as ever.
jumping ship and then getting in there. It's interesting how it seems to be using a lot of the same old animations, but
Three
not
brand
like...
new officers make their entrance: Lucy Baldwin, the Padre,
Oh,
and Deadman Smith.
new characters.
Each officer has a unique narrative quest line that reveals their backstory.
Oh,
Gain their trust
they are adding
to
new
recruit them
stuff.
to your crew and benefit from their special gameplay abilities. Deadman
Huh.
Smith, for example, unlocks a double shot from broadside weapons.
Oh. Okay, that's a neat place you can add some stuff in. I mean, the Animus was always cutting around anyway, so that makes
Explore
sense.
the Caribbean alongside your crewmates and trusty pet.
What?
That's right. You can now find a cat or monkey for the jackdaw.
What?
Engage and plunder other
That's not
vessels.
safe. That monkey's gonna get hit by a
Steer
cannonball.
from Violent storms,
Ooh.
rogue waves.
Yeah, dynamic weather in
All
this
just
would
soak
make
up
such
the
a
sun.
difference.
Regaled by shanties new and old.
Oh yeah, the shanties. These are all locked in my head still. They're all great.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains faithful to what players love, while enriching the experience with enhanced gameplay features.
Okay, well now you guys got to do 1, 2, and 3.
storylines,
Well, you got to do the
including
Ezio
ones for the
trilogy,
officers
really,
you
but
met
you know,
earlier,
and 3.
Just between you and me. New narrative arcs.
I don't know how
involving
you
our old
remake
friends,
Unity. That's a weird one to
Blackbeard
remake.
And Steed.
Just remaster that game and let it
Defy
run.
empires and relive the era's explosive events amidst the ancient war between assassins and Templars in the ultimate pirate fantasy. Gold, infamy, and adventure await. It's time to raise the black flag again.
Yeah, I'm. That looks pretty fucking tight. Also, it's July 9th. Jesus Christ. It's like, no, bitch, it's out. Like, it's basically out. Also, yeah, pulling the 4 off of it, I guess, which I guess makes sense, right? That being said, because I can't win and they have to hurt me somewhere, I already saw that the box literally says download required, so the game's not on the fucking disc. As
Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to
I can't
hate
win, man.
you since I began to live.
I can't win.
There are 3, 8, 7,
But it looks great. It really does look great. I hope I can play it without being spoiled on whatever is in Shadows, but I have a suspicion I won't be able to.
If the word
But also,
hate was
I'm
engraved
probably
on
gonna
each
replay
nanoangstrom of those
a remake of
hundreds
Black
of
Flag more
millions
than
of
once.
miles,
So,
it would not equal one
like, that
billionth
game
of the hate I feel
kicks
for humans at this
ass,
micro instant.
and
For
this
you,
does look
hate,
special. I
hate.
don't fully. I feel like they really should have done 1 through 3. Well, 2 Brotherhood Revelations first, but like, yeah, I guess if you're gonna start doing remakes, you start with the most beloved one right out the gate. But then again, I feel like you might learn lessons remaking the earlier ones, then you can carry forward, and then people get excited. Oh man, wouldn't it be cool if they got to Black Flag? And like, no, you just do that right away. And I mean, sure, yeah, it's the one everybody wants, but like, I feel like there's what if the remake of Black Flag came out after a remake of 1, 2 Brotherhood Revelations, and 3, and thus was an even better game because they remade the first ones first, and they learned lessons remaking them that they could carry forward. Also, AC1 just really deserves it because that game is very bare bones. I haven't gone back to it once in the last 4 or 5 years. I loved Valhalla enough to the point where I went and rebuilt my physical collection of the series that I had actually sold over the years because I just kind of felt burnt. And I was very excited, like, okay, now I'm actually jazzed to go along with the series again in the future and collect these as they go. And then the very next one, they're like, it's not on the disc. Fuck you. And I'm like, oh, great. This is what you get for love. This is what you get for loving things. This is what you get for loving art. Sometimes it stabs you in the back. I loved this series so much, and it's just a shame that it has existed in this place where it's like it has to exist as an infinite money machine, and it has to exist as an infinite narrative, and it's like the whole premise was that it could go to any era and do any story in any time period and then do literally anything it wanted, and it's so far done that fantastically. But I dislike how the main narrative stuff never really got wrapped up and just sort of went away. I feel like you could have done arcs. Like 3 kind of wraps some things up, but then 4 carries them forward. It's like, oh, okay, wait, no, so we are going to keep going forward with that. Black Flag is very exemplary of this because Black Flag is a game that has very specific modern day story stuff that, like, if they had decided to remake it, you'd be like, oh, well, look at all these plot threads that fucking never went anywhere. If you don't know, every one of the all of the plot threads that are from end of 3, or really ending of 2, onward through 3, through Black Flag, through Unity, through Syndicate, get wrapped up in a comic between Syndicate and Origins because they decided Ubisoft said they don't care anymore, and they were like, yeah, actually, we just want to get rid of this shit as fast as possible. It's like, but finish the story first, then tell a new one instead of restarting and making it feel fucking weird. And I didn't even mind the Layla stuff from that particular trilogy, the Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla. I actually thought it wrapped up pretty cool, and it did some neat stuff with Desmond at the end that I won't spoil if you didn't finish that 400-hour game. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably play Shadows at some point in the near future, just to know. But yeah, anyway, looks great though. None of this is to say anything about this. This is probably going to be fantastic, and you will see it on the channel. So, yeah. With that, thank you very much for tuning into this Percentage Chance Reacts for the day. I'm going to make sure this is up. That was rude. That was rude. And I will see y'all next time. I believe at the time you might be watching this, we should be doing a Rivals Day for the new PvE event with the vampires and stuff like that. So tune in and check that out. Maybe I'll also bounce over to some Starfield, which I'm kind of got the bug for. So, you know, see you next time.